Hey, what is up, everybody? I am here to give you a review today, and this review is going to be on the special they aired on the WWE Network. I think it was last night or this morning, I'm not really sure. It's called WWE Legendary Stories Dusty Rhodes. Um, Actually, it's called WWE The Legendary Stories of Dusty Rhodes, but it doesn't say that here, but I'm just going to go with that. So it's called WWE The Legendary Stories of Dusty Rhodes. Um, and this was really nice to sit through just because it was more tribute to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby. Um, he ended up passing away. I think it was like 3 weeks ago now. It's can't believe it's been that long. Around there, anyways. And they did like a little bit of a panel thing, and they had Jared the Kinlaw as the host of it, and they had Michael P.S. Hayes, J.J. Dillon, Arn Anderson, and Ric Flair. And pretty much what this is they all just sit down and pretty much just shoot the shit and talk about some stories from the past of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Some more of the behind the scenes stuff. So I'm not going to talk a lot about this because one, I don't want to go over every single story. I'm just going to go into stories that stick out to me. Like, for example, a story that Ric Flair talked about how they talked about how Ric Flair met. They met in 1972, and he talks about how he wrestled his first match up there when him and Dick Murdoch were the Outlaws, and he always had to carry the bags and stuff like that. But he always did see something in Ric Flair. Arn Anderson met him in 1985, I think he said. 1985, 1982-ish, I don't remember when. And he said that the first impression he got was he was going to have his first match, and Dusty Rhodes had called him up to his office, and he was really nervous with fear. And Dusty Rhodes, he came in there, and he had made a video with a Yankees hat on. He's like, yeah, and he's like, good video. And he's like, that's it. And that's all he really wanted, and that was, it made Arn Anderson really feel awkward. J.J. Dillon talking about how he worked his first match, teaming up with somebody, I forget the guy's name. I don't even think he remembered. And he ended up wrestling the Outlaw. They ended up wrestling the Outlaws, and they had a fantastic matchup. And they talked about too how Dusty Rhodes was always the same person, whether he was utilizing the Outlaws or the American Dream. It wasn't really much of a gimmick. It was more Dusty Rhodes just being himself. And Michael P.S. Hayes talked about the story about how he would always get a better payout sometimes than Michael P.S. Hayes, and he would always make jokes about that anytime he was joking around with like Triple H or something like that when they broke the attendance. And Jerry the King Lawler talked about how he was going to open up this big championship match. He was coming into Memphis, Tennessee, and he was going to have this big championship match against the NWA, which stands for National Wrestling Alliance. But the NWA champion, Jerry the King Lawler at the time, and he was supposed to cut this promo, but all he did was talk about just an Elvis Presley quote song, and he said that he was going to kick Dusty Rhodes' ass, and they had been talking about how Dusty Rhodes could just sit, if he had 5 minutes or as many times to cut a promo and to sell a match, he could do it, and he did it with that promo. He said the arena was packed that night, and he talked about too that night, Jerry the King Lawler was supposed to go against Dory Funk, and they were supposed to like end the show, but Dusty Rhodes wanted to end the show. So after the match was all over, there was a program that Dusty Rhodes had signed. He said, sorry you had to go on after me. And Jerry the King Lawler says he still has it to this day. They talk about how Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair weren't just rivalries in the ring. They were rivalries outside the ring. They always would try to outdo each other with the gifts. So if Ric Flair got a robe, Dusty got a robe. And whenever Ric Flair bought, Dusty Rhodes would buy. That was cool. He said he wasn't really like a big partier. He would drink at times, but he wouldn't really go out and drink. He would hang out in the hotels, and that was fine. And what else did they talk about? There's so much stuff. They talked about the reason Arn Anderson doesn't like to go in the babyface's locker room was one time he saw Dusty Rhodes. Well, he almost saw Dusty Rhodes naked, and he thought that was an ugly story. That was really funny, actually. They talked about how he would all the stuff that he would do with Brooke and Starcade, all the superstars that he's made, and they talk about his Hard Times promo a little bit. And yeah, they pretty much just kind of shoot the shit about Dusty Rhodes. I don't really have anything more to say because I think I've covered pretty much everything. And they say that he's left a big legacy in this business, and he truly has. And that's all I really have to say here. I know this video isn't really long, but that's all I really have to say. There's really nothing more to say. I pretty much covered everything. But that's pretty much it, guys. You want to check out my non-wrestling video when I post non-wrestling topics, you can click up here. If you want to check out my CM Brothers channel where I post both, you can click right there. And if you want to check out my friend James Hebert, my friend James Hebert's YouTube channel called James Hebert, you can post it in youtube.com/jhebertside95, or you can just click down here where we post custom Titantrons of wrestlers and other things like that. And then you can also click right there to check out his Weymouth Youth Wrestling channel, where I'll be making an appearance on that channel sometime in the near future. He's going to be making a comeback on that channel. He has a lot of good stuff posted on there. And I've made appearances on that channel in the past. But that's pretty much it, guys. See you later. Oh, you can click down there to subscribe to me, too. But that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.